Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, and I'm out in the workshop. It is about 6:46. I've set my alarm to go off at 7:30 so I can go inside and start dinner. I'm cooking tonight because Jason's teaching. And if you want to know what we're having little salmon patties, my mom always called them, with canned salmon. Not everybody likes that, but I do. Did those lights just go on back there? Some of the lights have been acting up. I don't know, maybe there's a ghost out here. And I'm making a broccoli salad with pumpkin seeds and cranberries, and it'll have some mayonnaise and purple onion and vinegar, and anyway, I don't remember what all is in it. But I wanted to show you some things. So I have had a wonderful weekend. My beautiful friend Jay drove up from Florida, and we went to Quilt Con, which is the quilting conference in Raleigh. Honestly, are those lights doing something back there? I don't know. This is our third. Oh yeah, I just saw them fade out. I've been having trouble with that. They're back on. That's really weird. We had such a good time. This is our third annual field trip. And the first year we met in Greenville, South Carolina. Maybe they're supposed to do that. They've never done that before. And that was the first field trip in 2022. And then last year I had my my retreat, the Junk Journal retreat, and we had about 15 ladies together, somewhere in that range. And Jay came to that. And then this past weekend, Jay was here and we went to the Quilt Conference in Raleigh. We visited, it's like a light show back there. We visited some thrift stores. She came to see Paper Town, and I told her before she saw it, it's really small. She said it looks bigger on camera, and I know it does. But it is a small building. And anyway, we did a little bit of crafting together. She's amazing. I consider Jay one of my best friends. And one of these days, Jay, I'm going to come to Florida. So let me show you one of the things. And Jay and I like to trade art supplies a little bit when we get together. Now I hear a lot of noise outside. These cards are from Five and Below. They were only $1. It was very hard to tell by looking at this box what was going to be inside. I thought they would all look like this. The backs all look like that, but then look at this. All of these different patterns. Of course, I had to give Jay Heart, the J of the Jack of Hearts. So I wanted to share these because these are very cute cards. I've just been sitting out here trying to maybe distress one, and I don't know. I'm playing around. I'm challenged sometimes with what to do with playing cards. I also, Jay and I got a few old books. We split some pages out of one of those especially that had some really large, it was a large print book. And I want to tell you, those are fun. If you're looking for words to use in your artwork, keep your eyes open for large print books, especially like children's books or picture books with really nice paper. We found one of those, and we each have some pages. What else? We found, I got a lot of sewing needles for the sewing machine. I found a huge Ziploc bag that was full of bobbins and new. All of this was Singer supplies that had not been opened yet. All sorts of needles. Well, the needles are, let me just show you. I mean, this is a lot of sewing needles. And they're universal. This is not all. And they're that Schmetz or whatever it's called. The whole Ziploc bag was only $3.99, so that was a really good deal. Let me show you one of my favorite things, though. Let me take it off so I can show you. I told Jay, we went into a thrift store, and there was a really cool necklace that somebody had made using a chain, a nice chain, and instead of going all the way around with a pendant, they had taken a link out, and the chain was just hanging straight, and they had put like a plaque on it. And I'm going to add that somehow to one of my art journals. I only wanted a nice chain because I've been wanting a charm bracelet. And when I saw this, I told Jay, this is going to be so perfect. It has a really beautiful clasp. Hope you can see that. And then all of the charms are significant for one reason. The fish reminds me of my oldest son. He loves to fish. And like the cameo, I've had that for a while and I just wanted to do something with it. This is a piece of pottery that I found from the Eno River. And the donut charm, that's to represent my niece, Madison. I love her. I love the, is that a St. Christopher? I need to look at that closer. Whatever that is, I think it's really beautiful. And my grandmother gave me a St. Christopher when I was young, and I don't have it any longer. So that reminds me of my grandmother. And then this really cool art piece. I think I found that at a thrift store years ago. Let me see if I can show you up close. If it will focus. Not enough light. I didn't make that. Somebody else did. I bought it thrifted. And then, of course, Edgar Allan Poe, one of my favorite writers. I love stars. Jay gave me the Aries charm. And then this says create. I want to go to France, Paris specifically. I found the state of Florida after Jay left to go home, and I had to buy that and put on here just to represent that friendship and the fun that we had. The B is for my future mother-in-law. We call her B, like a bee, B-E-E. I love the cross. And then we have another insect. Kind of looks like a bee. That makes me think about my bee and gardening. So I had a great weekend with Jay. Let me get this put back on. What else? I found, and then I missed Jay so much after she left. You know, you get used to having somebody around. So Sunday, I told Jason, I said, I've really been wanting to go to Reconsidered Goods over in, my hair's wild. Oh my gosh. I was getting really hot out here, so I had to twist it up and put a stick in it. I told Jason I've been wanting to go to Reconsidered Goods, and he said, let's go. So we went, it's about an hour drive. So I got fabric, picked this up for a couple of dollars, the Liquitex Gold. They had this spray, glitter mist. It's not bad. I haven't really done too much with it. It says gold, but it's got a greenish look, so I don't really know. I want to do a little bit of arching though, so I'm going to switch the camera around. I just wanted to check in with everybody. I don't know what's going on with these lights. Okay, I'm going to switch the camera and do some artwork. Okay, my phone doesn't have a whole lot of battery, but, and I can't be out here much longer. I did want to turn it on though, so I can show you what I'm doing. I have a completed, what I'm calling word quilts. Well, this is like a paper quilt. I've done some though that I added words to after I was done gluing the paper in place, and I thought I would turn this on and just show you. I was so inspired by the quilt show. I always am. I don't have any desire to actually quilt. Now, my sister makes gorgeous quilts, and I don't think I have the patience for it. That's okay like that. Right now, what I'm doing is just gluing things to fill the page. And I've not really done this before. Let me add a little bit more glue. Oops, that's the wrong one. Thank you for the glue, Amy. My friend Amy over at Birdie, the Recycled Hippie Chick, and I love her channel. You should check her out. She sent me some glue, and I've got some things to send to her. Sandra, I've got things to send to you. I can't keep up with the days, and you know, maybe if I'm able to totally retire, I will get more done, but it just seems like I'm at work or trying to work here. So all I'm doing right now is gluing paper down to make like a quilt, a paper quilt. And it's really fun. I've put glue all over the page, and I think with this one I'm going to come back and add some colors in between. Let me go to a different paper. One of the ones I had already done, I used so many different colors and patterns. I think it was a little brighter than this, but it's hard to tell how beautiful it's going to be until it's actually done. Let's see, let's try to get some of the bright colors. I wonder if this will fit in there. You can see I'm just cutting these little triangle shapes, and I'm not measuring. I'm just doing it in such a way that they kind of fit. This doesn't have to be perfect. That's the fun of it. This is the kind of quilting an impatient paper quilter does. Let's see, I gotta have some more paper scraps. Ooh, that's exciting. Oops. So that's got cool stuff on the other side. I better flip the pages over before I cut like that, right? And I've said that before. Like I won't say I've told you all, but like when I've been recording, I've said always turn over your stuff to make sure you're not using something on the other side. Oh, I gotta move these, Amy. I pulled these out earlier. That is so funny. This is the one that I need to be using. Jay, I'm glad you got home safely. I miss you. Just feel sad that you were here, and now I guess it'll be a year before we see each other again. All right, so I don't really want to do any more of that. So let's start cutting up maybe some smaller strips and try to get more patterns. This one has been trickier because I set myself up to have to cut angles. You know, there should still be enough glue there. But see how pretty that's turning out? And the other side of this, by the way, is, I don't know if you remember that, I had started on a little art journal, and these are the pages that I have so far, which I really like. And I thought I would do the word quilts on the opposite side and maybe put some messages on there. There's just no limit to what you can do. And it's one of those things, I don't have to be, it's not some fancy project. It doesn't have to be. It's just something you can do to be creative, and you can come back later. These would make beautiful greeting cards, but I was going to say you could come back later and, you know, do mark making on top of this. You could add paint splatters. You could put a focal point in the middle as far as like a beautiful image or something. And this is going to be a journal, so I think it's going to be really pretty once we're done. I've got a stack of papers to the right of me, and I'm just kind of pulling from some of these papers. Let me go grab a stack. A lot of my papers are inside. I've been looking at the storage containers at work. I want to buy a container. I have my art bag that I like to carry around, but I think it would be nice to have some sort of storage for paper and fabric scraps that I can keep close to the couch. I don't know. I'm just looking at this point. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Now let's see. Maybe we should cut. This feels like, yeah, I knew that was 2 sheets. Maybe we can cut some shorter pieces and get more color in there. You could make really cute greeting cards though. You know, just take an old book page and fold it in half and do a paper quilt if you know someone who quilts, and write a little message. It would be very inspirational, I think. Okay, so that can go there, but I need to, you can also, like, I can lay this one down here. That tacky glue is getting very tacky because it's been just sitting there. Lay it down and then cut. And as you can see, this is not something that I'm just overly worried about having it perfect or precise. I thought it would be pretty to take some sort of color and go in between the lines of the fabric, or the paper rather, and have some background color. Let's see. And any places like right there, I feel like we could use one little square down there. And we need a triangle there. So what do I want to use? This is kind of bright. Let's see if that fits. It's a little bit too... There, that fits. Let's just slide it. Isn't that cute? I love it. And for the, once the glue dries, I think I'll come back and add some color. Maybe with one of my alcohol markers. I will color, you know, very carefully between the pieces of paper. So this is going to be an art journal. And what I was talking about, the reason I was calling it a word quilt is that with the first one I did, and this was just after being inspired at the quilt show. I don't have a book page in front of me, but I do have some paper here that's got words on it. I came back with some of those big words from the book that had large print or large font. And I started gluing words just wherever they felt right. Like you can run them along the strips of paper, or they don't have to be. You could run with the other, you know, counter to the direction of the paper. What did I see? This, I think this must have been for Valentine's Day or something. It's very romantic words. All about love and kisses. And this says her voice was ever soft. I thought it was pretty to take a word and put it maybe between the two pieces. Like lay it in the same direction, but it's like it's joining the two pieces together. Let's see, let's find another. Salute with the lips. So, you know, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's not, it's just a romantic piece of paper. And even, does the Bible talk about a kiss of charity? I know there's something in there. I don't remember the exact words. I need to look it up. So let's put this here. And I'm going to be done with that for now. I think that is so adorable. And once, like I said, once the glue dries, I will come back with, let me grab an alcohol marker and put some color in between. And that will be like the background fabric. Don't know what color I'll use, but I don't want to ruin these by getting them in that wet glue. We're just, or the tacky glue. We'll just let it dry. And it's just about dry now. I really let the glue get tackier than it already was. I think I'm going to stop because it's getting close to 7:30 and I want to go in and have dinner ready for when Jason is done with his lesson. Thank you so much for watching. I've got so much to share, so many ideas, always so much going on, and I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.